Welcome, Neil Singh here, live from the Comedy Palace. A live podcast from a pre-recorded live podcast from the Comedy Palace out here in San Diego, Kearny Mesa, specifically San Diego County. This weekend we have a great show lined up for you. We have the one and only, well, not the one and only, but Mr. Anthony Davis. It's a very common name, but this is amongst Anthony Davis's one of the best. The comedian Anthony Davis. He's going to be here at the Comedy Palace Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. Winner of the San Diego Comedy Festival right there at the Comedy Palace. And this weekend, and this weekend only, Mr. Anthony Davis will be in the house and he'll be recording his live album. This man has made big strides after winning the San Diego Comedy Festival, and we're going to talk all about that. We have a conversation with Mr. Anthony Davis that we had pre-recorded, and I'm going to play you some highlights from that. So, just be prepared, get ready, get your tickets. Eventbrite, comedypalace.com. Go get your tickets. Come on down. There's 5 shows this weekend, so let's make it count. Let's pack out every single one. In California scene, now national. Yeah. I mean, from a lot of your pictures, sir, putting your album here over at the Comedy Palace this coming weekend, right? Starting Thursday, Friday, and starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's correct, right?
Yeah, I'm super excited.
And of all the venues, what was it about the Comedy Palace in particular
So I won the San Diego Comedy Festival back in May at the Comedy Palace, and that's when everything really started picking up for me. So I really wanted to record it there because we had a great turnout. I just want to have everyone that was there supporting the festival to also be there and supporting my album I got. And San Diego is really where I like to make my home a lot of times. It's a great city for comedy.
Yeah, it's a great city for comedy. It's like a good weather city too. Currently, you reside in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's easier to say. I live. You know where Disneyland is?
Yeah, like Anaheim. That sort of.
I live like 2 minutes away from Disneyland.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's kind of like in the middle.
Right.
Is that like intentional to have access to, I guess, more of the region?
No, it was not intentional. My wife wanted to live there.
Okay, well then that makes sense.
She makes some money.
Okay. So you're a married guy. You want to elaborate on that some? Do you have like the children, stuff like that?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, it's hectic when I do comedy 6 or 7 nights a week. I work a full-time job during the day. It'd be hard to have kids.
No.
I want to be there for the kids so I can ruin them my way.
Yeah. Not leave it up to the world. Fair enough. And unfortunately for you, you have a supporting spouse that tolerate. I mean, I've personally gone through 3 myself, so that's really a testament to your the strength of your union.
She said I can't do comedy on Sundays and I can't go to open mics. She says she doesn't want me to sit around for 6 hours to do 5 minutes of stuff that wish I could just be at home and just disappoint her instead.
She's a wise lady. It seems like you've chosen her very well, or maybe she chose you very well. It seems like that's very good advice.
The only reason she's with me is because I'm funny. I don't have good dick and I don't make a lot of money, so I know that's not it.
So that's not either of those 2 things. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So I guess it's a double-edged sword then. This would be part 2. I guess. Same conversation. But no, I mean, absolutely. None of those things are happening. Your career is going, the polar opposite direction of what we're talking about. Mr. Anthony Davis is, not only the hottest, thing in basketball, but also the hottest thing in regional Southern California comedy at the moment.
It makes you work harder when you have someone that's more good. When you Google Anthony Davis comedian, he still comes up.
Right.
He comes up still because he made one joke on ESPN.
Oh, really?
Years ago. Someone photoshopped a bunch of microphones in front of him because he made a joke. And I was like, that was me. Like 3 years ago, I was like, oh, I'm right beside Anthony Anderson. Anthony Anderson came up first for Googling Anthony Davis comedian. That's how much it hurt me physically.
And then he made just one joke, and I
Yeah, I'm still behind Anthony Anderson.
Well, hopefully not after this weekend. That's obviously the intention. We're gonna, this thing. The Comedy Palace is a great room to record to record an album. It's just a great. It's a good 100-person plus. I think I think they can get like 160 people in there, and it really creates for an intimate venue. So yeah, I mean, best of luck, man. I'm really excited for you. I'll definitely be catching the Thursday and Friday shows myself.
Sweet.
Yeah, man. How about you, man? So what's after this? This weekend happens. You get the album out. What's next on the docket for Anthony Davis?
Then I'm going on the road a lot. Like this year, I think just for the till June, I'm going to Scottsdale, Washington, Baltimore, North Carolina, and South Carolina, and I think New York.
Well, that's amazing. So yeah, things are lining up. I mean, so to some extent, like it started with you winning the San Diego Comedy Festival, right? Which is the America's finest city, which it in turn makes you America's finest comedian. And now you're taking those wares out into the road, and honestly, like it's a great thing to kind of witness. I guess witness it from the standpoint of when I see you in town, from my vantage point, and I couldn't even imagine what it was to be in your shoes at this moment. But honestly,
It's tiring. Like I said, I have a son in like 3 weeks, I think. 'Cause I'm always up writing, or I'm driving, doing shows, or working my day job. The main goal is to work to get good enough at comedy where I can come to my job where I'm at now and be like, fuck every one of you, fuck you, you're cool.
So now, do you have like your own kind of like? Have you worked out that bit like for when that moment comes? Like, have you worked that out? Or is it, every
time I have a bad day, I practice it. I practice it in the mirror.
Yeah.
As soon as I get done crying and eating ice cream, I'm like, this is what I'm going to say to these people. I'm going to say it to this person. It's going to be great.
And so, yeah, and here we go. I mean, here's the first step in that dream coming true. So hopefully nobody from your office is listening to this or is coming to the show. Or I guess hopefully they all are. In which case you could just,
we're in a hospital. Who cares?
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm just saying you could do it in one fell swoop. You know what I mean? Close out Saturday night and just boom. Just make it all work folk and just let them know right there in the spot. Well, anyways. So
in a hospital. Who cares? No one cares about that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess they do have like things to worry about. But, people still need that release, right? They still need a comedy show to go to, I would imagine, every once in a while. Anyways, on that sort of anticlimactic note, edit it right in, man.
Can't wait for the people that listen to the Comedy Palace podcast to be like, oh, this guy's aggressive.
Well, I mean, maybe it inspired him to kind of show up to be like, okay, maybe this is a side of Mr. Anthony Davis that we haven't seen before.
Let's see if he's funny and not just
redneck. Not just trying to get out of a work situation in a hospital where apparently nobody cares about each other. But I mean, that's good. I guess there's more focus on patient care. So, that's what you would hope for. I'm not going to ask for names. I don't want to know what the big organization is. Well, because in fear that it might be my own insurance company.
If I wanted, I couldn't. Then I would actually get fired.
Yeah.
I've been told that by HR. I can't make jokes about which hospital I work at. I can make jokes about the situations, but I can't talk about
related to your inevitable. But what was I gonna say? Yeah. So do you have like the ways for people to reach you on social media and such?
My Instagram and my Twitter are ADComedy28. And my Facebook is Comic Anthony. And my website's adcomedy.com.
Right, and then you can go to also, helpinthemedicalfield.com to check out your blog related to your, just daily experiences with, no, I kid.
I hate people.
Right, that's a very common thing, right, for comedians. I mean, I think a lot of that, when people talk about the courage that it takes to get up on the stage, a lot of that has to do with just the grind that it takes to show up to work every day. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are just seeking that out, and hoping that this is.
If you just equate going up on stage to going to work, it makes your nerves go away pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, gotta go make some money.
Right, exactly, and you're gonna make money doing something that that you care about. Spreading whatever your viewpoint is in comical form.
This week I think I'm doing 10 hours of comedy all week.
I mean, and that's the only.
For 10 hours this week.
And that, honestly, I mean, that's the way to do it. Like a lot of people. I mean, you see a lot of people who are kind of funny or what. I mean, you've been on the open mic scene and you witnessed things. But people that are kind of funny and they kind of maybe run their own show and they kind of get complacent and stuck in that place. I mean, there's just too much competition in real comedy to kind of to do that. If you're not putting in the time, it's just it really. I mean, I don't know if it's a waste of time. It just depends on what you want to get out of it. But
I mean, sometimes comedy is sometimes therapeutic. You're trying to go up there. You're trying to get your day off your chest. You're trying to make it light of serious situations. But a lot of times for me, this is it's something I love to do. Something I really have always wanted to do my whole life. And the thought of going up stage and making people laugh for a living is just something I've always wanted to do. So it motivates me every day to try and to work hard.
And that genuinely comes across in your comedy too. I mean, you can tell that it's very well written and thought of. And what I'm saying is it's worked out. Does that make sense? I don't get the impression that when I watch your set that I'm getting the first or second attempt at something. I'm getting the cream of your thought. The cream,
Even with all the comics in the area have most of OC, LA, and San Diego comics. Almost all of them have emailed me about my work, my flow sheet, my write-out process. I have an Excel form that I pull all my jokes into. How many times I've told them, how many times they've worked, how many times they haven't. After 10% of not working, I rewrite the joke. I have a whole Excel form for everything I do.
Oh, that's amazing. So that those hours that you're spending at home, writing out jokes, aren't just waiting around for things to happen. You're really analyzing and going through.
One of my jokes that I got on the Laugh Factory website was a stroke joke. I told that joke 648 times. I've rewritten it 3 times. I've told it in this iteration 286 times.
I mean, and that's the thing too, right? That's where the tremendous value of putting in those times. And I'm sure of those 648 times, a lot of them happen to be at late or dead mics or maybe bar shows or things where sometimes comics look at it and are like, well, I'm going to walk away from this. What's the point? Right? You know what I'm saying? So
anytime you go on stage, you got to put effort in. You're not going to get anything back. Even trying a new joke out. If I'm going to open.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's if you look at it like a grind. I mean, so a lot of times, when I'm at an open mic, I look at it like I'm hanging out at a bar and getting a free beer to hang out with my friends. That's another, another way, possibly, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'm one of the only comics that I've actually drank alcohol before.
Oh, really?
I've done a few. I've drank alcohol a few times, but that was only for videos, for people to see my reaction to trying alcohol for the first time.
Okay, I find that given your build, I mean, and I assumed given your build and your I guess incantation.
No, I just got this from eating cheeseburgers and being a piece of shit.
Well, no, yeah, that's not what I mean. And I guess the thing I was gonna say is you never judge a book by its cover. You know what I mean? And I think that's a big part of your
the context. You judge the fat by how it got there.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, and that's sheer determination, really.
I've gotten that so many times. People are like, "You're too fat to not drink." I'm like, "Oh no, it's just cheeseburgers and pizza. Disappointment."
Yeah, I mean, it turns out you can do it that way. I've seen a lot of people.
Even a few days ago, I just did a theater show, a few days ago, and I asked people how old they thought I was, and someone shouted out that they thought I was 48, and I'm only 29.
Oh.
So, yeah, that hurt me deeply.
Well, it could also just be a range. You know, maybe you just have like one of those ageless faces. You know, you can
No,
have
it's
this.
not ageless because you said 48.
Oh, okay, yeah, she knew the exact age. Yeah, fair enough.
Age is like, I don't know, like between 30 and 40, maybe?
Yeah.
He's just like 48, probably 3 months, 48 days. I don't know, probably.
Oh, like with the confidence of like a carnival worker.
Yeah, and with the depression that followed suit by that.
Well, you know, here's to like dreams, you know, in process. How's that? How's that for a?
This is my dream to make it to be a comic full time.
You know, and then because by the time you hit 40, that's really all you need to accomplish is be a reasonable
I
weight.
hope a doctor's listening to this and he's just like, God, oh my God, how is he still alive? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, after all this time. All right, I think I think we've covered a lot of things here today. Is there anything else you would like to plug, Anthony?
Just come to my comedy show. That'd be great.
All right, cool.
I love all of you. I've been in a
Oh shit, man.
this guy, his name, this is his name.
Yeah, I might cut out the first part too. Then I'll just get into the stuff in the middle. Yeah. Oh shit. Well, anyways, I gotta get running. Is there anything else you wanted to mention or plug before we kind of call it a wrap?
No, I think we're good.
All right, cool, man. I look forward to seeing you this Thursday, Anthony. I think it's going to be great. Thursday night is going to be a great night. The upcoming weekend, 5 shows in total. There's, the Palace is going to be packed out. It's been pretty rowdy, and this weekend especially. If you guys were debating about coming, or if you're one of the season pass holders, or whatever it is, just get your ass down in the Palace. There's lots of ways to hook up, cheaper tickets if you get on Eventbrite ahead of time. But it's worth it. It'll be a great time. Mr. Anthony Davis, as you can tell, the well-prepared Anthony Davis is going to come in and give you guys, this 5 years of juice. Just comedy cream all over everybody. This upcoming weekend, everybody. So, once again, thank you to Mr. Anthony Davis. Thanks, man. All right. Take it easy.
Thanks, bud. Thank you.
Yeah.